Hey everybody, welcome to Fieldworthy Airsoft. Today we're going to be doing a video review of the Valken MKIII Alloy Series rifle, and we're going to be taking a look inside, outside, doing some shooting tests and chrono tests, and let you guys know what we think. So here she is, nice cardboard box, good details on the outside. Inside we find she's pretty well packaged, good foam. Looks very nice first glance. And next we're going to chrono and take a listen to it and see how she fires. And here we are with our shooting and chrono test. And we will be using the IntelliScope mount for iPhones to do all of our videoing on the gun. So here we go with our first shot using 0.20 gram BBs. And we're going to see what we get out of it. So shooting between 377 and 381 pretty consistently. Now we'll do a rate of fire test. Around 6 to 630 rounds per minute. Not too bad. So all in all, she fires pretty clean. Very nice feel to it. Has a functioning bolt release. Makes it easier to get to your hop up. Nice crane stock. Everything's very solid. I don't feel any wobble on it anywhere. Very, very impressed with the external build quality. Next, we're going to take her apart and take a look inside. So here is a shot of the hop up. What seems to be very nice quality high density polymer. Got a nice, what looks to be steel barrel, 603 tight bore. Feels very solid. Standard adjustments on the sides. Don't see any nicks or burrs. Everything looks nice and clean. There is the extent of the hop up adjustment arm. Very nice, plenty of hop up. Stock bucking looks like it has a little bit of roughness on the lips, but we're going to see how she performs when she's out in the field. And here is the motor, unmarked, supposed to be SHS, but there are no indications of anything on it. Feels like a speed motor, doesn't have a super amount of torque on it. And here's the lower receiver without gearbox. I would say be very careful if you take this gun apart. This little part right here has two springs holding it in. Be very easy to come out, very easy to lose those springs, so keep an eye on that. So here is the gearbox removed. Nice metal bushings. Looks like we've got ball bearing on the first gear and solid on the next two, which is nice. Gearbox came out very easily, even with the retaining pins in the lower receiver. Got a nice metal selector plate, which is very helpful. So next we're going to open up this gearbox and see what's inside. And we don't want to forget about the quick change feature. We'll check that out later. So here is the quick change spring guide and the spring. It is a plastic shaft, metal rear. Kind of nice. Prevents you from installing a ball bearing spring guide, which is a little unfortunate. Spring seems decent quality. Looks like piano wire. So here we are inside the gearbox of the Valken MKIII. Have ourselves a nice little micro switch right there. And some nice shiny gears, no markings on them. They seem to be fairly well made. This gearbox was also extremely well shimmed. Valken says the internals on this guy are all SHS, which I can verify by the shape of the sector clip. And I'm assuming they're generic SHS gears. Piston, cylinder head standard brass, standard nozzle. Piston is very nice, ported O-ring, full metal teeth. There is surprisingly, though, very little compression on this gun. So we're going to see what we can do about that while we're inside. So as usual with these kind of parts, the piston, cylinder head all have excellent compression. The nozzle is probably allowing 50% air loss at this point. There's no O-ring inside. Gun still works great, but it could be better with an O-ring nozzle in it. But we're going to leave it stock for now. But I am quite curious as to how this would run with an SHS aluminum O-ring nozzle. So here is the comparison between the Valken nozzle and an SHS red with the O-ring. The SHS is about 1/4 millimeter longer, which in most cases probably shouldn't cause any problems. So as attempting to install the SHS nozzle, it actually won't fit over the tube. So you might be stuck with the factory nozzle with this gun. So that being said, I think if you were going to upgrade this gun, you'd want to replace the cylinder head, which is a single O-ring anyway, and then you would be able to fit on the SHS red nozzle, which is going to greatly improve your compression. So here she is all back together again. I have to say, all in all, a very clean gun, very easy to take apart, super easy to work on. When I took the gearbox apart, it was all the components stayed right where they were supposed to. Nothing popped out, springs didn't pop out. Everything stayed real tight, which I really like. And again, the compression was the only issue I found, and that's pretty common in most guns. All in all, very nice feature with the locking bolt. Snaps back into place. Easy access to your hop up. Very nice build quality. Good, clean, matte finish. And next we're going to go to our shooting review.